We're
Pokemon.
back. Pokemon. Context.
Not a mobile game. Just
nope.
Go talk about Pokemon. I don't want to.
So,
fight this guy anymore.
last episode we were talking about. I was telling Ross about like the way the first Pokemon movie was handled. Right. So there was an additional scene in the. Well, it's not even a scene. It's like quite a bit of content. It was like a prologue almost. Now, Japanese audiences got this. They were given it. American audiences, it was held back until a special version of the VHS release because it was again deemed to be a bit too upsetting for kids. But it was fully voiced in English, and so we did get a version of it in English, which explains like the actual origins of Mewtwo, not just we created you from Mew and it's like this is your first moment of your life, and it's like no, this shit's been going on for a while. So it shows the scientists go into, you know, the Aztec jungle, you know, finding the Mew gene, taking it back, getting ready to do the cloning process and such. And so they start the cloning process. And then Mewtwo wakes up subconsciously. And it's like a child version of him. And in this subconscious space, he starts to encounter these other clones that they're working on. There's a Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, and then there's a human. The human's name is Amber. But as such, the name of the clone conventions in Pokemon, they claim the names are like Bulbasaur, Squirtle or something like that, and Chartu, and I2, she's called. Amber is the deceased daughter of the main researcher who helps create Mewtwo, who is like been commissioned by Giovanni to create the world's most powerful Pokemon and a clone army on top of that, but is using it purely as a way to get his daughter back, as he thinks. There's a moment where his fucking wife walks in and is like, I'm leaving because this obsession with trying to bring back our fucking dead daughter, like, it's not her, it's a clone. It won't be her, so you're like, and you're just obsessing over it. Oh. And you don't like care about me anymore, and you like, this is destroying you, goodbye forever. So in a Pokemon movie, this guy's wife walks out of him over a deceased daughter clone project. Yeah, they're fucking some shit, right? So then, the cloning process starts to go wrong. Meanwhile, in this subconscious dream world, like, they're telling Mewtwo what things are. They're like, oh, this is what this is, and this is what this means. And they're having a nice time, and they're all friends. And then they start to fade away.
Wait a second. Are you
because the cloning process is failing. So the 3 starter Pokemon fade away. Then the world fades away. Then the clone daughter dies and fades away. And Mewtwo is literally left alone in a dark void for years and years because he's the only one who survives. And they use, like, whatever it is, they don't fully explain, but they like inject him with something that suppresses the memory of that moment.
Right.
So when he finally comes out, he's only got loose memories of what happened. So he's like, you're starting to see why I really like this character now.
Yeah.
He fucking emerges and these people go, oh, we made you from this and you're gonna be powerful and like you're gonna be in so many tests and we're gonna make you so strong. And all he can think of is, you people did something to me? I don't remember what it is, and now you're saying you're gonna use me. Fuck off! So all the angst he has against humanity and shit like that, he doesn't actually know why.
Oh.
He only subconsciously knows why. There's like a something in his head that tells him like, I fucking hate humans. But he can't ever remember what it is. Cut from the American version.
I mean, I don't. What was the age rating over here? Do you remember?
When the film came out?
Yeah.
I believe it was PG.
Is that too upsetting for a PG?
Yes. I agree. I agree about it being cut.
Oh, I hate this boss fight, by the way.
Oh yeah, this boss fight. There's a game going on in the background.
Yeah.
I talked about Pokemon for a long time.
It was more interesting than what was going on
yeah,
the screen.
Careful Wonders is.
It exists. It happens.
The longest,
it goes away.
It is the longest part of the game where you were just like, all right, well, here we are.
Stay the fuck still.
A moment that is only surpassed in worseness or boredom or tediety by the entirety of Atlantis.
Ah, you and this. I'm just gonna shoot you.
This boss fight sucks. At least his last boss fight's pretty good.
Yeah, because he's not just running around.
But yeah, man, those films came out in cinema.
I mean, they're coming out in cinema again, technically.
That obviously that moment again didn't happen, like, so I didn't get to see that until much later. But like the actual film itself was in cinema.
Yeah.
And it's this very specific moment that I remember where, like, clearly, you know, vaguely parts of the first movie, like, you've heard of bits. You've heard of the bit where, like, you know, they're about to clash one last time, Ash runs in, he's like, oh, fuck, stop! And, like, gets blasted, and, like, something in the power turns into stone. I always hear people question that, it's like, why does he fucking turn stone? And it's like, because the magical creature that blasted him with energy. Why not? Why not? Sure, that just happens.
Whatever, just
the life force is drained from his body by a magical element, he's turned to stone, sure. One person once put it like he got glassed or something like that. He's like, oh, that sounds metal.
Just dies in a bar fight.
This was infamous in the late, I believe the film came out in the late 90s, it was?
Probably, yeah.
I think it was 1999.
I feel like I remember it coming out at least.
This was it for a long time for kids. There was moments in films that were always spoke about as like, oh, this is one of the saddest moments in films.
Oh, hey, that's what we get.
Well, we're not done yet.
No,
I think
but
we get
like...
5 years old. So you get those films where it was like, oh, Titanic made me cry so much. Oh, this film was so emotional. Oh, this film was that. For a very, very long time, anyone who was in like, who went watching the film at all, or was like in the know and stuff like that, every time, if you were ever talking about the film, it was always, yo, did you cry at the Ash bit? Yeah, I did. I cried so much at the Ash. Every kid who'd watched it, every kid, without fail, except from one particular child. And I remember specifically on my birthday being sat next to my mate Joey and my cousin Alex and a bunch of my friends down the row, and I could hear everyone sniffling and crying and stuff when it had happened. And I remember my cousin looking at me, he goes, Jay, you're not crying. And I said the words specifically, he's just so cool. I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck about this main character we've been taught to love over all these years. I didn't give a shit. I was in. It was like, yo, it don't matter. Look at this guy.
Okay, that's getting a cure.
And then we got the quote towards the end once everything was fine. And he's like, Mewtwo's like, oh, you fixed it. That's like, you know, you all went out of your way to fix this shit just because it was more important than proving who's the best. And he was like, alright, cool, yeah. Alright, I get it now. And then literally comes out with a quote that, like, people have memed for years. Because it's, like, actually a super poignant quote. Which is, the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant, it's what you do with the gift of life that truly determines who you are. That shit came from the first Pokemon movie, dude!
I never restocked items.
So here's the Jafar boss battle. Here's like the actual one.
It's actually a good fight.
It's a good fight. There are actually 2 ways to handle this fight.
I'm going for
You
the
can
lamp,
directly attack Jafar, but like it's best to attack him with magic.
Yeah, because he's awkward to hit.
Because he's like awkward to hit because he's obviously floating above a pit of lava. Alternatively, you can chase Iago around and try and destroy the lamp.
Which is much easier, because he just seems to be doing a nice little dance in the corner.
Yeah.
So I'm going to smack this about.
So you got, like, the super lucky one-cycle bullshit where he actually drops the lamp.
Not super lucky as much as just, like, overpowered. It was just a ton of damage at once.
You'll have to take a word for it on that. This fight on the harder difficulties is, like...
Oh, no, it sucks. I know. I've played this on proud mode.
So much different. It's much harder.
Yeah. He does more than one attack for a start.
Yeah, he gets like new attacks.
Yeah, Farah.
Yeah, there you go.
Not Farah.
But by being much more difficult, that's like a much more fun fight.
Yeah.
But it's still good anyway. So Jasmine gets nicked anyway.
This is like Sonic 06 levels of kidnapping. What are we on now? 2?
Yeah.
Jasmine? Jasmine!
That's neat, but I got a job to do.
It's like, yeah,
where is he?
Alright, bye. Fell. Jasmine! Oh shit!
Jasmine!
So do you know what's neat in these games, like, sometimes? Whenever you find the keyhole, it's like in an interesting place. It's like, oh, that's where the keyhole is. Oh, that's where the keyhole is. Sort of stuff like that.
And then you've got
Agrippas suck because it's just a giant keyhole on a giant keyhole in a wall that has keyhole designs on it.
I love that Jafar showed up like, hey, where's the keyhole? Does anything look keyholey to you?
Whoa, we better get out of here.
Look how many fucking keyholes are on that thing.
The keyhole has keyholes in its keyholes. Oh yes, this part.
Yeah, it's this part. This is a part.
It definitely happens.
It's okay. It's like one of those where like
cinematic chase scene.
At the time of the PS2, you know.
No, like F-Zero
like,
GX did this first.
Oh,
and
this is cool. This is just a cool moment.
I swear I'm playing the game right now.
Here's the thing about this moment that I'm gonna let you know now. At least this doesn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah, it does control like arse though.
This isn't
Definitely
Kingdom Hearts.
controls like arse.
At least this isn't Kingdom Hearts 2 carpet sections.
You have a point.
I really don't like Kingdom Hearts 2 carpet sections. They take too long, and you have to go through them a few times.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can't come along for the ride because arbitrary rules of 4 to a party but 3 on the screen say otherwise.
Earth to Al? Hello, you still have one wish left. Look, just say the word. Ask me to find Jasmine for you.
I wish for your freedom, Genie.
Al!
Hey, look, legs.
Oh, that's hot.
A deal's a deal, Genie. Now you can go anywhere you want. You're your own master. But if you can, it'd be great if you could go along with them and help Sora find Jasmine.
You're your own master now.
Sorry, Al. I'm done taking orders from others. But a favor? Now that's entirely different. I guess I could give that a try. After all, we're pals, right, Al?
Genie.
Just leave it to me!
I'm on master now. Blade Wolf intensifies. Yeah, that's a short game we could play sometime.
Smart
Yeah.
could have had him. If someone had stuck around to give him a hand.
Hey, I did my part. I brought the princess, didn't I?
Jafar was beyond help, consumed by his own hatred. One should beware of letting it burn too fiercely.
Whoa, 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 lighten up. Huh? I'm as cool as they come, okay? By the way, kid, have we got something special for you?
Huh?
We had a deal, yes? You help us, and we grant you your wish.
Tiny Kyrie! My own tiny Kyrie.
Hurry, go to her. Your vessel is waiting.
Did someone say something about her fucking vessel?
This is no pleasure cruise. It won't be a pleasant voyage.
Why are you doing all this for me? What's the catch?
Catch? What's the catch? Silly boy.
That was a really weird
You're
line
a son
read.
to me.
Yeah.
I
Catch, what's the
only want
catch?
you to be happy.
I seriously doubt that.
Believe what you wish.
So we're to assume he's not gone over at this point.
My end of the bargain.
He's sort of
he's sort of
doing
like,
shit
yeah.
for them because it helps Kyrie, but he really
Yeah.
doesn't want to be doing it with them.
But it's like it's started.
But it's like yeah.
I consider it to be the time. By the time you meet him in Monstro, he's gone.
Yeah.
By the time you get to Monstro, the thing has happened.
Right, we can do synthesis now, but first...
It's just it never happens on screen.
Yeah.
It just kind of at some stage, this is the thing that well, okay. So the implication is like the thing happened from the moment like the darkness appeared in their world. It was like it's done. He's in but
Yeah.
it takes time to form.
Right then.
Wow, being vaguely mysterious for a game that came out in 2001?
2000 and... We looked it up, didn't we? Did it come out... 02, yeah?
It was 1 and 2.
We'll Google it off screen. We'll come back to tell you next time.